What's up, everybody?
I'm Jackson.
I'm Kenny.
And we are
JK Builders. Thanks for joining us. If you're new to the channel, why not subscribe to see all future LEGO content? If you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, helps out the channel a lot, and it's very much appreciated. Today we're doing a review of a brand new set from LEGO Star Wars that was just released with the August 1st wave. It is the Boba Fett Starship. It's the slave one. Jackson, tell us about the box.
Well, it's 9 plus. The item number is 75312. It is 593 pieces, and it comes with Boba Fett and the Mandalorian.
Cool. So this one is from The Mandalorian, so it's not from the original trilogy. It's from the new hit show on Disney+. So breaking down the front of the box, it is just the slave one. Flying across the surface of the planet. Looks like it's got a couple of stud shooters that it's firing off there. It's got the Mandalorian Din Djarin up there in the corner. Pretty standard box though. On the back, it just shows you another view. It shows you the slave one, Boba Fett Starship, landed in the horizontal position. It shows you again how the stud shooters go off. It also shows you the handy dandy handle. Handy dandy handle that goes off of the back of the ship. It shows you how the wings rotate, and then it shows you how it can be positioned on the stand that it comes with. So that is the box. Let's check out the instruction book. Here's the instruction book, just a little guy. Nothing too special. There is no information at the front of the book. It does have about 141 pages. In the back of the book, it gives you the same old sets that you see in a lot of other instruction books these days. And then also another ad for the LEGO Star Wars video game that's probably never coming out.
I want it.
But that's pretty much it. Just a little guy for kind of a little set, but let's check it out. All right, so here's the finished product, Boba Fett's Starship. Kind of a smaller set. It is in line with the previous sets like the X-Wing, the TIE Fighter, the Imperial transport ship that you see back there behind Jackson. Same kind of scale. So LEGO been kind of going with smaller versions of their sets here recently, but let's check out the minifigures. I do think they are the star of the show once again, at least this Boba Fett is. So this is a brand new Boba Fett from The Mandalorian Season 2. As you can see, he has this darker painted armor on that you see at the very end of Season 2. He does have the cool helmet. This is a brand new exclusive minifigure from The Mandalorian. So it's not one that we've seen before. He does have the jetpack. He's got the big blaster in his hand. He has the printing on his torso, legs, and toes. Toe printing, you know how I love the toe printing. He has the arm printing as well with the insignia there on his shoulder. If we remove his helmet,
It's his head.
he does have
A head.
But yeah, super cool minifigure. Right now he's exclusive. I do have a feeling that when they release the Book of Boba Fett this winter, that we will see more sets based on the Book of Boba Fett, and we will get more minifigures like this one. But yeah, so he's really awesome. Next up, we have Din Djarin. Now again, this is the one that we have seen several times. He does have the Beskar spear. He has the blaster. He has the Beskar armor with the printing on the arms, torso, and legs.
Black face, as always.
He's got the black head. So the same one that we saw in a couple other sets previous to this, including the Imperial Light Cruiser that we just reviewed. But yeah, he's a good minifigure, but we do have several of him now. So hopefully we get an updated version of him soon with an actual face. But now checking out the actual Starship here. So yeah, it's very similar to the one that we got a few years back, the 20th anniversary set, only much smaller. And we'll show you a comparison here in just a minute. So yeah, you have the blasters here coming down off the front. You got the stud shooters on either side of the cockpit. It does have the wings do turn, and it does stand on this handy dandy stand, also to be used as a transport. So I assume that Boba can sit in this, and it's got the controls to move it around as a transport. So I guess that's what that is used for as well. But yeah, it's kind of a flimsy stand. I'm not super stoked about it, but it is kind of nice that it has something for it to sit upright on. So laying down in the horizontal position, you can see the wings do move. They don't move very well though. I'm not super excited about those. So they probably should turn as the ship turns, but they don't work really well. The detail is good on this for the size, I think. Does have quite a few sticker elements here, There were some tricky stickers as well. Like these ones right here had to curve across the top of these rounded pieces, which I wasn't a super big fan of. This cockpit does flip up, where it does have the control panel and a little seat for Boba to sit in. So there's a little bit of a cockpit. However, it doesn't turn as the ship turns, like in previous renditions of the Slave One. Up here, you do have the bottom opens up, where you do reveal
People in carbonite.
someone trapped in carbonite. So this is like one of those pig characters. I don't know their official names, but it is trapped in carbonite. That is pretty much all that fits in there, though. There isn't really any inside. There really isn't any internal features of this ship other than that. So that flips up. You can fit the carbonite piece in. And other than that, you have the cockpit. And that is all as far as internal features on this one. Flipping it up to the back, you do see all the thrusters on the back, which they're simple, but they're there. And then Jackson, if you could flip out the handle.
I haven't really done it, but...
And show us. It's just a little Technic piece. Turn around to the back so we can see it. Yeah, so it's just a little Technic piece that flips up and works as a handle, which adds to the playability and swishability of the set. So that does come in handy. It is nice to have, but it's a very simple mechanic there. All right, so then here is a comparison. So you have the brand new Boba Fett Starship with the old school 20th anniversary Slave One. This is the most recent one before this one, prior to this one. As you can see, it is much larger. It's much more detailed. It does come with the old school Boba Fett. The windshield here doesn't flip up. It comes off completely. One thing you will notice is that the Boba Fett actually turns. So when it's horizontal, Boba Fett turns and is horizontal. When it's vertical, Boba Fett turns up in his seat and is vertical, which is definitely a big plus. This one has a Technic handle as well. It's a little bit beefier because it is a much heavier and larger set, but it does have one much the same, and it folds down inside as well. As you can see, the thrusters on the back are much more detailed. The wings actually turn as the ship turns, like they're supposed to on this one, but don't really work that well. This one does have quite a few more details. It's got less sticker elements, but just a few stickers as well. The cockpit is a little bit more detailed and spacious on this one. Also, the back end flips up where you see the carbonite, and it has Han Solo in the carbonite.
And this one is actually a molded piece, and not just a sticker.
Right, it's a molded piece, not a sticker. You're right. Good point. Not much more as far as internal features of this ship either. There's not much more you can do other than put that carbonite in there. But all in all, this is just a much larger, more detailed, and better set, in my opinion. Now, this one did cost about double what this one did. So this one actually retails for $49. So the price of this one is definitely a pro, in my opinion. Half the price of what this one, I believe, retailed for. I think it was like $89 or $99. I'm not really sure. This one to get now on the aftermarket is much more expensive and much harder to find. But the good things about this one, like I said, the price, $49. The minifigures are great. If you don't have a Din Djarin, it's a good way to get one. If you want the brand new Boba Fett with the painted armor, it's the only way to get one. I like the look of it overall. For the size of it, it's nice and detailed. But the negative things, I think, just I didn't like some of the sticker elements. I don't like the fact that there's not more internal features of the ship. These wings are really sketchy. They don't really work that well. The stand is nice, but it's a little wobbly, not super strong or secure. Jackson, what are some of your thoughts?
Well, I really like everything that you said that you liked.
Yeah.
I actually really, really like those minifigs.
Yeah, the Boba Fett is really cool. I like that. Yeah. And it's the only way to get it, so if you want that, you gotta get this set. That's really the biggest reason that I bought this one, was for that Boba Fett. I didn't really need another Slave One because I have this one. But yeah, I wanted to see it. I wanted to see how it compared. I thought it'd make a good video, which the comparison is good to see, you know. But that Boba Fett was really the selling feature for me, was getting that exclusive Boba Fett. Anything that you don't like about the new one, Jackson?
Well, I'm gonna say, I know I really like the internal features, but I wish they added more.
Well, of course, yeah.
And made it a little bit bigger for the cost.
Yeah. So for me, I know that they wanted to do another one for The Mandalorian, and I'm sure we'll probably get even another Slave One or Boba Fett Starship next year sometime. There even are rumors that the UCS set next spring is going to be another UCS Slave One, Boba Fett Starship. I'm hopeful that that's the case. I would really like to have one that's just far more detailed, that has far more internal features where you can actually go inside the ship and see the internal workings, and then just a larger scale of this. I do not have the UCS Slave One. I wish I did. But yeah, I mean, this is the next best thing, I think, is the 20th anniversary set. If you have this one, I don't really see a point in getting this one other than to get that Boba Fett minifigure. That's really, like I said, the only reason I bought it. This one I think is just better in every possible way. Other than the fact that it doesn't have a stand, that's literally the only thing that I personally think sets this one apart from this one. But as far as detail goes, as far as playability, as far as just the sheer size of it and detail, I think the 20th anniversary one is just much, much better set. So Jackson, are you going to buy Boba Fett Starship? Are you going to wait for a sale? Or are you going to pass?
I'm going to buy this one.
Are you going to buy it?
Yeah, buy. If you want that minifig, you have to buy this set.
So Jackson's going to buy it for the minifig. I probably am too if you have to have that Boba Fett minifig. Like I said, there's almost certainly going to be more sets in the very near future of that same Boba Fett, if not an improved one. With the Book of Boba Fett coming out this winter, there's going to be a bunch more sets, and we're going to see more of those Boba Fett. So if you want to wait and see what other sets come out to get that minifigure, you'll probably want to do that. But otherwise, this is the only way to get it. So to be completely honest, I am a little bit torn on this one. If you don't have to have that Boba Fett,
don't buy it.
And you have this one, I'm passing on this set. 100%.
Oh!
If you don't have this one or one of the previous iterations, like pretty much this one or the UCS Slave one, or, gosh, I'm just kind of torn. I think I don't have to have this because I have this one.
Well,
so,
I have to have this because I don't have that one.
But you do have this one.
I don't. It's yours. And this just broke.
But if you do absolutely have to have this one, or you definitely want that Boba Fett minifigure, I'm still probably going to wait for a sale. Wait for it to go a little bit cheaper. $50. I mean, I guess it's not terrible, but if you can get a little bit cheaper, I would if you're just not dying to have it. Overall, I'm just not super impressed. I'm not super sold on it. I don't know that it was 100% necessary. I wish they would have waited till the Book of Boba Fett came out and either came out with the UCS one or a bigger, larger scale one with a lot more detail. But the minifig is cool. Alright, so there it is, Boba Fett Starship from LEGO Star Wars. Do you have it? Do you want it? What do you think of it? Comment down below. As always, hit the like button and subscribe. And until next time, keep on going.